Hey, Doug here. Welcome. I'm a real estate coach and mentor that helps real estate agents grow their business through proven systems, strategies, and techniques. And I'm here today to talk to you about something that's really important and want to pull back the curtain a little bit from what we see a lot of times in real estate and look at what a day in the life of real estate actually looks like. We've all seen the Instagram highlight rule, the laptop by the pool, lifetime shorts, and all of that. And I want to talk about what a real day for an actual realtor looks like. It's not as glamorous as it appears on social media and on YouTube a lot of times, but the reward is a reality, and it has a huge upside still. So stick around to the end of the video. Below at the end of the video, want to talk through some key opportunities that real estate agents have. But want to start out by just walking you through a day in the real estate agent, because here's the truth: real estate is an amazing business. Its income potential is huge. The freedom that it provides is a real thing. But most agents never actually get to that point because they misunderstand what the day to day actually requires. So today I want to walk you through the real schedule, the real actions, the real opportunities that separate agents who struggle from agents who grow consistently in their business, and actually can get to that point of huge income potential and freedom. As always, if you'd like to schedule a time to talk through what it looks like for you to be a realtor, or what it would look like for you to get some mentoring or some coaching, click the link below, schedule a no pressure 15-minute call. I'd love to chat with you more. So, first things first, when it comes to talking about what's behind the curtain of a real day for a real estate agent, first, mornings matter. Now, I'm not talking about getting up at 4 a.m., hiking up a mountaintop, and meditating to start your day. I'm just talking about starting your day with intention. So, a typical morning could look like checking messages from clients or leads that came in from the night before, updating your CRM, following up with yesterday's conversations, reviewing your pipeline and priorities. But make it routine, make it intentional to start your day. How you start your day is extremely important. Um, and then there's always the non-negotiables for how you start your day. Lead generation is one of those non-negotiables. 90% of your day's success come from what you do before noon. So instead of avoiding the hard things like lead generation, those hard conversations, those difficult tasks, um, don't make the mistake that a lot of agents make and do the easy things first. Jump into the hard things first. Because again, 90% of your day's success come from what you do before noon. So if you want to be successful in those hard things, do them first. Um, don't do the easy things like scrolling through the MLS, organizing your desk. The agents that win, what they're doing, they're making calls. They're sending out texts. They're reaching out on social media. They're following up on leads or things with transactions that they need to. The biggest opportunity in the industry right now is being an agent who actually shows up consistently. So consistently starting your day with the most important pieces is going to allow you to show up consistently. So what do we do after those things in the morning? So now we're into the mid morning. That is where the real business is built. So it's talking to people, it's starting the conversations, it's following up. So now that you've started your morning, you know where you're going, you've looked through your CRM, you've organized your day, you know what those pieces are you need to check off. Now we're going to start doing them. We're going to start having those conversations. We're going to start following up, because real estate is not about being the smartest. It's about being the one that is top of mind for your clients. So making sure you make those follow-up calls consistently, making sure that you are reaching out to your clients that are under contract and in the transaction consistently and explain to them what's going on, making sure you're doing those prospecting and lead generation activities consistently, so that over time people hear your name and realtor tied together and you stay top of mind. So what are some examples of some mid-morning activities you could do? Well, one would be calling your sphere, just calling your sphere and your network over and over and saying, hey, this is Doug, I'm a realtor. This is Doug, I'm a realtor. This is Doug, so they start to connect that. Responding to online leads or whatever leads you have that have come in. So starting to respond to those, following up, starting those conversations with them. DMing or messaging people on social media that you need to connect with, whether that's your sphere or leads or prospects, or past clients. reaching out to them, having those conversations, interacting with them on there, and then posting something valuable on social media. Don't be salesy, be helpful, but knock that out. If you do that midday, the algorithm actually shows that you're going to get more eyes on it than if you do it late afternoon, early evening. Um, this is the part of the industry and the part of your day. It's not glamorous. It's repetitive. It's work. You have your checklist and you're working through it. But this is where the money is actually made. So the more you can be consistent with setting your schedule first thing in the morning and being intentional about what you're lining your day up to be, then immediately checking off those repetitive, time-consuming pieces, that's going to allow you to be more successful. So then we move into from mid morning to afternoons. Afternoons are where things start to get interesting. That's where you start to get your showings, your buyer tours, your inspections, your appraisal, your open houses, your signing that title, your closings and handing out keys, random emergencies. It's where you're not really tied to your desk. Your day's exciting. It can look different a lot of times. You spend a lot of time in your car as a realtor in the afternoons and early evenings. So it's not always fancy. Sometimes it means you're eating lunch in your car, you're eating dinner in your car, you're grabbing a snack, you're sitting in a parking lot waiting, and while you make calls, you're talking to a lender or a title company or an inspector or a client while you're driving. You're running to a printer because a client forgot something and you need to print that off for them, or you're scheduling more showings from your phone. You're doing things on the fly. Um, it's again, it's not fancy, it's not glamorous. It's get the job done. So every interaction is an opportunity to build trust, and so we want to make sure we capitalize on those. An agent that communicates well wins. An agent that can do these things like showings and driving around to appointments and stay on top of what they're doing wins. An agent who's responsive wins. An agent who keeps the client calm definitely wins. So the afternoons are where things get interesting because that's where a lot of the activity is. So can you still communicate well, be responsive, and stay calm? Because that's a recipe for winning. Then end the day, it's about resetting. You have to review. So who am I going to need to follow up with tomorrow? Let's make our list for tomorrow morning so we're ready to go. It makes our morning a little bit better, a little bit easier to be intentional with. What's pending? What do I have on the calendar tomorrow? Do I have appointments lined up? Do I have an inspection? Do I have a signing? Do I have, a closing to get keys to? Do I have a listing appointment? What is pending for tomorrow? What deals do you currently have going on that need some attention, that you need to give them tomorrow? What clients that are under contract do you need to follow up with tomorrow? What do you need to reach out to a lender? Do you need to reach out to a title company? What are those things that need your attention, with a deal that you currently have? And then what tasks have you moved forward today that are in a different spot tomorrow, and you need to account for that with your day tomorrow? List those things out, put notes in your CRM, give yourself sticky notes, whatever your process is. Look at those, review your day, and see how you can best set up your tomorrow. And then, yeah, sometimes that's going to be in addition to evening showings. People work, you meet them when they're available. So sometimes that means that your day doesn't end at 5. It ends at 7 or 8 o'clock at night because your client's day is just starting. They just finished work and they're just getting a chance to go to those showings. So sometimes that means evening showings and doing contracts or offers in the evening and at night. This business is flexible, but it's not a work from anywhere, zero effort thing like social media makes it look. It's a work from anywhere with a lot of effort. So don't be afraid of the effort and don't anticipate that you're going to get these huge breaks in your day. And at 5 o'clock, you're going to be home. Just everything went well for the day every single day. It's going to take effort, energy, and intentionality. So, as promised at the beginning, what are some of the key opportunities for agents? Well, I want to talk about some of the biggest opportunities right now. One, outwork the agents who don't follow up. This is by far the number one opportunity in our industry. Most agents follow up one time. They hear a client, they get a lead, they reach out one time to follow up, and then wait for the lead to call them back. Clients need 7 to 12 touches before they really trust you as a realtor. Now, if you're more in the business from a referral standpoint, those touches can be less. If it's a referral from a close family member or a friend, the trust is built a little bit quicker. If it's a family member or friend that's calling you to help them buy or sell a house, then a lot of times those touches have been going on for years. And so you don't have to make touches to bring them in as a client. But if it's somebody that you've never met before, you haven't talked to before, and they don't know who you are until you start talking about real estate, on average, it takes 7 to 12 touches for them to build trust in the fact that you are the agent for them. That doesn't mean that you got to talk to them 7 times before they agree to work with you, but it means that it's going to take 7 times of talking to them and touching them with a conversation before they truly trust and believe you. So, if you become an agent that follows up consistently, is consistently about making those touches, you will win. What's the next biggest opportunity for agents? Be an agent who actually educates people. Post helpful content, explain the process, share stories and lessons. This kind of approach can build trust fast. And you want to be an agent who educates and isn't coming off salesy or, please use me as a realtor. And then if they don't ever call you back, you run away. Educate your clients, educate your leads, and educate your sphere. Make that an intention of your daily activities, and you will be successful. Third biggest opportunity for agents in real estate is joining a community that provides you systems, mentorship, and accountability. The fastest growing agents aren't agents who are trying to do their day to day by themselves. They're plugged into a system that provides CRMs and follow ups and automations. They're plugged into some kind of group or community that's going to provide them coaching and mentorship. They're plugged into a group or community that's going to provide them accountability to where not necessarily somebody who's going to come down with a hammer if they don't do certain activities, but is going to have them just be forced to answer, did I do what I needed to do today? Yes or no. They plug into training, they have scripts, they have someone who asks questions to, and they have confidence behind them. So even if they don't know, somebody in their group does, and they can fall back on that. They don't have to figure everything out in real estate alone and by yourself. And you definitely shouldn't, as a realtor, be trying to figure out everything alone. There are lots of groups and communities out there for you to belong to. If you'd like to learn more about what our group and our community can provide for you, please schedule a call below. I'd love to chat with you more about that because it is extremely important that you belong to something outside of yourself that can help you with that. So, if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I want this life, but I want to do it the right way, and I'm not quite sure what my day to day should look like behind the curtain to make my life happen the way that I want it to, let's talk. No pressure, no commitment, just a conversation. I can show you exactly what the agents in our group are doing, how we're helping them, how we're training them, how we're supporting them to build real momentum. Book a quick call below in the description. There's a link for Calendly. I'd love to chat with you. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending some time with me. I hope this was helpful. And if you'd like, please drop a comment below about what part of the day do you struggle with the most. I would love to hear from you. Is it mornings? Is that midday kind of repetitive activities? Is it the organization with your when in the afternoons when things get chaotic? Is it in the evenings? Still having the motivation to keep going when your clients need you and you're ready to call it a day. What part of the day do you struggle with most? Please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.